So I'm usually a person that doesn't really care what people say about me, you know. But like every other human being, there's some people whose opinions actually really do matter. And today I came across a comment on Matigari's page on X, and it hurt. He said basically that Rutendo has been bought hook, line and sink by the Rwandan government, hence he's changed his tune on Rwanda. Well, the truth of the matter is that is not the reason why I changed my perspective on the Rwandan government. The reasons I changed my perspective on the Rwandan government is, number one, I'm a patriot of Zimbabwe. And my opinion about the Rwandan government went against the diplomatic position of Zimbabwe on Rwanda and African affairs. The Zimbabwean government believes in the unity of Africans and does not believe in the denigration of other African countries, and especially by people who are perceived to be associated with the government. I am perceived to be associated with the government, even though I'm not associated with the government. And so my opinion about the Rwandan government at some point started causing strains, where the Rwandan government would phone our government on the assumption that I have some link and relationship to the Zimbabwean government because of the role I played in fighting sanctions. So because of a misalignment between our diplomatic interests and my opinion, I had to start changing my narrative on Rwanda. And more importantly, when a few government officials reached out to me, they gave me information about why it is that my position on Rwanda was wrong. When I began to do my research on that, particularly where the Rwandans were Africans, where the Tutsi people were actually a real tribe, and whether they were Africans, I began to realize how wrong I was. So being wrong was the second reason why I began to change my narrative on Rwanda. Rwandans are as African as any one of us. They are not Arabs, and they do not have an agenda to take over Africa. And so, having gone to war with the Rwandan government as Zimbabweans, I thought I was justified to have a negative perception of Rwanda, only to hear from our government that our government and Rwanda are not enemies. They might have had their differences back in the day, but they are cordial and have very good relations. Number three, I had to start asking myself, what is Pan-Africanism? Because when I was advancing my negative narrative about Rwanda, my objective was to bring change to Rwanda. I thought that we needed to help the Hutu people, we needed to help the Congolese people by getting a Tutsi government removed from power. And what I began to realize is that there is no Tutsi government at work in Congo. But the Congolese people, particularly the Kenya-Rwandan people, who constitute over 10 million people in Congo, plus the extended families which they've intermarried with Congolese tribes, they constitute a very substantial number of people that are over 50% of the Zimbabwean population. And they're being mistreated by the Congolese government. They were mistreated by Mobutu Sese Seko, who sent the Mai Mai and created the Mai Mai to actually persecute them. Those Mai Mai have changed into the Wazalendo. And we also had the FDLR, who actually came from Rwanda after perpetuating a genocide, also persecuting these Kenya-Rwandan speaking people, particularly the Tutsis. They were persecuting these people on the very same understanding that we had here in Southern Africa, that Tutsi people are not African. That is Belgian propaganda. And it is propaganda that continues to divide us as Africans along tribal lines. I learned that I was wrong. And as a Pan-Africanist, I cannot be involved in tribalism, dividing Africans, and trying to bring regime change in countries like Rwanda just because of stories and anecdotes that I heard that are based on tribalism and Western propaganda. So I learned that I was wrong. And I believe that the hallmark of a real man is admitting when you're wrong. I was wrong on Rwanda. And looking at the brilliant job that President Kagame has done together with the RPF in Rwanda, I think it is absolutely unacceptable for people like me, and I should say Matigari, and any other Zimbabwean that believes that they want Pan-Africa to prosper, to go around advocating for violence and regime change in Rwanda. They've got a beautiful country. Kagame has worked hard to bring a nation that was splintered with tribalism together. And I think we as Africans should join hands with him in building a better nation, rather than trying to advance divisions and trying to get Southern African nations to try and go and drive regime change. I think every Pan-Africanist must look at Rwanda as an example to Africa and must try to help the Rwandan people continue to build a united nation instead of trying to split them, trying to bring regime change and advancing the narrative that the Rwandans are not as African as other Africans. And that's what I wanted to say. And then for those of you that are saying that Rutendo is never going to come back from the Great Lakes, they're going to kill him. I mean, I'm already in Zimbabwe right now. This is Zimbabwe. That's Zimbabwe right there. So I'm in Zimbabwe. I haven't been killed. If the Rwandan government was about eliminating people, don't you think that they would have eliminated all the people that were opposed to them who perpetuated the genocide? Don't you think they would have eliminated 80% of their nation? They didn't do that because they believe in reconciliation. So I just thought I'd put it out there. But Matigari, let's try and understand where I'm coming from before saying that I'm a mercenary or hitman.
Well explained. Thank you, my brother, for giving us this type of videos. We desperately needed to hear more. Obviously, you did well by creating this type of a video. There were a lot of accusations. Many people were saying what they wanted to say. Hey, Rutendo now is under M23 payroll. Hey, Rutendo now is with Kagame. You did well by making this video. And obviously, I've been telling people, don't drop those accusations without understanding, because we are all here to learn, man. We are here to learn and to educate. Obviously, we are not born with everything. Even the experts, they had to go through years and years of research, years and years of being on the ground, so that they can gather all the information. And I'm grateful because of you explained your reasons, and you also admitted that you had to change tune simply because of you were contacted by people who are in the higher positions who explain it better, and you understood things differently. And the naysayers shouldn't take away the fact that you went to Congo. Journalists couldn't go there. You went there, you gave us the truth. We saw videos and it's been confirmed. And that's awesome. We shouldn't take away that from you. We have to give credit where credit is due, man. I know as Africans we do have this problem of not supporting each other. We are so tired of the propaganda that we keep on getting from the Western media. They never went that angle whereby they can tell us the truth, because the truth doesn't suit them, doesn't serve them. And that's why I'm saying we need more brothers and sisters. We need to see more of these videos, and that's why I'm also using your videos. And obviously, I'm getting a lot of traction. Obviously, I'm getting a lot of views. Obviously, I'm getting a lot of comments, and I'm getting educated, and I'm very grateful, my brother. I know that you see everything which is happening online, and the fact that you allowed those two videos to stay there, I'm super grateful for that, my big brother. We Africans, we should help each other. We should work together. We should unite, because if we don't, by the time we start moving together as one, it will be too late. And Kagame is doing a wonderful job in Rwanda. I've been looking at the developments. I've been looking at how Rwanda is now, man. Rwanda is the new kingmakers in Africa. Many people, they're not going to see it now, but a lot of stuff are going to Rwanda right now. Rwanda is more preferred now than South Africa. To be honest, I'm a South African, but I have to be honest. So we still have a lot of work to do. We can learn from what Rwanda is doing so that we can make South Africa great. And it will need all of us to work as a team. And I appreciate you guys showing me love and support. Thank you.